wants him. KO out of nowhere! Armed with the damn knuckles!
Smarking around once again. You got me, Joe. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
I am the original Smart Carl.
And I'm just a rookie here, Johnny Boy.
He's in his developmental stage. Welcome, everybody, to Smarking Around. Just finished with the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view live from Perth. Well, it wasn't really live. From Perth, Australia.
It wasn't live in our time zone.
No,
Unless
live.
you're up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I spent my day cleaning my apartment while watching. But let's talk about this men's Elimination Chamber match. Let's start with that Randy Orton, or should I say a Logan Paul.
It's the second time 2 years in a row where he interfered with the match and caused somebody to...
Well, let's examine further. Now, I was thinking a possible John Cena Logan Paul matchup WrestleMania, but now this changes everything. Does Randy have another title shot?
He needs to. I think he needs to. I think he needs to beat that record that's been set by Ric Flair and John Cena, so he could be solidified as the most world heavyweight title reigns ever.
But again, this whole Logan Paul incident changes everything. The brass knuckles. Does he have perhaps a United States Championship run on him, guys?
Would he want that?
See, that's the thing. Where does this lead us?
There's so many questions unanswered. But,
John Boy,
Right.
rookies input. What do you think?
I mean, they got 40 days until WrestleMania here, so we got some time for them to rebuild in that. I don't know if Randy Orton would want a U.S. title to add. He wants something than that.
I was thinking, shall we insert the John Cena in?
In the WrestleMania 40, I do not think so. Maybe who's hosting this WrestleMania?
Oh, that hasn't been announced yet, has it?
Yeah, it's
So
in
that's
Philly.
Well, we got Drew McIntyre as the Elimination Chamber match. Does he deserve it?
I mean, he's kind of been a workhorse lately. These last few weeks here. I mean, I didn't like him as a heel to start, and then I just warmed up to it, and I kind of feel like he deserves it. He has a pretty good story behind him, and I could see him taking his title away from Seth.
He's definitely a good worker and he's consistent but is he a top guy, like entertaining like a Seth Rollins, which he will be going up against?
I don't think so. I think this time around, the crybaby, always saying he needs to win. He needs to win. Well, everybody in this industry needs to win. I don't like the way he went about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of warmed up. He's kind of like his whole thing with the whole CM Punk in front of him. I think that really helped him.
Yeah, that gave him a push. Well, CM Punk's out of the picture. But speaking of crybabies, we got the King Crybaby on the Grayson Waller effect. You know what I mean. Cody No Belt. Stardust.
Cody will
me across the face. And at WrestleMania 40, I am wrestling Roman Reigns in the main event. But until then, I am wide open.
You know me. I never got on board the Cody hype train.
But The Rock versus Cody Rhodes before WrestleMania?
Yeah, and look at who's the A side. The Rock will always be the biggest star on the planet against Cody No Belt.
Seth did say, though, he wouldn't be fighting alone. So is that a hint towards a tag team match with Roman Rock versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins?
Well, there's a lot of open doors in this, gentlemen. First off, I think the whole angle was botched. It was botched. Why did Cody No Belt bring The Rock out to begin with?
I think the whole direction they went to have Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns was a botch.
Absolutely. Involving the biggest star on the planet.
This should have been Reigns versus The Rock 100%. That's the draw. Let's admit it. It's The Rock versus Reigns at WrestleMania. It's the draw.
Yes, it is.
How do I want to tune in to see Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns? I get the story. I'm not too much behind Cody Rhodes at this moment.
It's over. It's over for Cody No Belts. Finishing the stories again. It's the crybaby.
I feel like they should have deyone this whole Rock and Reigns thing way before Rumble. I mean, you just had this guy go back to back when it's obvious he's gonna go.
So I love Paul Heyman. He's one of my favorite people in wrestling. You call him manager, whatever.
Well, Paul Heyman loves his tribal chief. He
Yeah.
says.
And when he hinted the first time, he hinted that there's tribal elders that make the rules for the bloodline. That's when I think The Rock should have showed up, like John hinted to, way before the Royal Rumble.
So just recently, The Rock proclaimed himself as part of the bloodline. Now, let's look at this other angle. What was that hand gesture? It wasn't the traditional
Right. Looked like a
one
little gun.
acknowledgement. Was it a letter L? Was it a letter J? What does this mean?
What if he just can't, form a one? What if
Yeah,
he's
right.
off? His hands are too small, bro.
If he can form a one with his hand, I don't know what's wrong with him.
He could barely lift his arm up, man. That guy's got so much muscle.
Right. What if his hands are too small? So you might be reading too much into this, but hey, that's a good stance right there. But anyway, there was so much other things in the Elimination Chamber that was pretty cool.
I thought
What was
it was Tiffy time. I thought it was Tiffany
Oh,
Stratton.
yeah. MVP.
The crowd was
Yeah.
really
Her little somersault, the pod, that was pretty good. That was awesome. She tapped her wrist right there, Tiffy time.
Yep.
Everybody's like, yeah, jumps off. It was beautiful.
I guess they're going to let her cook for a while, as they say. And then I thought it was Liv Morgan's.
The revenge tour, what she called it.
Yeah, I think that is a story that needs to be finished, personally.
Yeah.
We are now back in big time, meaning big time Becky Lynch.
That we are. Can she defeat the Eradicator?
I don't see it. Mommy's too good. We love Mommy.
But if
feel
there's
like-
somebody that can, it's got to be Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Again, not my pick. I would have gone with Tiffy time. Tiffy time all the time.
She's a rookie. They won't put her in the main event of a WrestleMania straight away.
That's true.
They
She's
gotta
still
build.
But then again, do we want to see big time Bex again in the main event of WrestleMania for the Women's Championship?
I kind of don't. I kind of don't, to be honest. I don't know. I think they're just trying to keep her relevant.
Yeah. Oh well. Maybe she should just.
But yeah, Tiffany Stratton MVP of the whole, just in ring wise,
Yeah.
entertainment value, the moves, the everything like that. MVP in my book. First time I give it to the women. That was the best performance I've seen in the night.
Yeah. Give it up for Tiffany Stratton.
For sure. Give it up, everybody, for Tiffany Stratton.
WWE World Tag Team Championships. We had the Judgment Day versus the, what do they call themselves now? The
New
Big
Catch Republic. New Catch
New
Republic.
Republic, the British Strong Style team of Tyler Bate and, well, the superstar formerly known as Butch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think they were ready for this? Do you think they were ready for the Judgment? Were they
So-
ready for Judgment?
My take on this is basically Pete Dunne's gimmick with Sheamus was ridiculous, and I did not like it. And I think Pete Dunne is gonna do much better in the situation he's in right now.
Well, the Brawling Brutes, it was a good concept, but poor execution. They didn't gel together. Had no chemistry.
Honestly, the only takeaway I have from that match, and for the whole team in general, the New Catch Republic, I think the only thing that they need is matching gear because they work so well together. I feel like they got a lot of things coming. I think they're better DIY in terms of like title picture. I really like them. I'm over with them too, so I really like what happened.
Matching ring gear would be nice, but stylistically, a mismatch. I mean, great technical ability on both ends. Yeah, I think they would have to. You have to let them cook, as they say. Let them cook. Big things happening in that tag team. And you got the Authors of Pain. You got, who else we got?
DIY.
DIY.
Should they
DIY.
should they split up the tag team titles?
I don't think they have a deep enough roster for tag teams to have two titles.
Yeah,
One of
they
them
just brought in
One of them is gonna be good as tag team champions, and then the other tag team champions would be just like, lower card SmackDown. Even though I think SmackDown's a little better show right now. But yeah.
Okay, so what do you think the Tribal Chief? You know me, I'm Bloodline to the death. What do you think the Tribal Chief said to Grayson Waller on SmackDown?
I think he wanted advertisement. To be honest with you, during that segment, he acknowledged the Tribal Chief and had everybody fingers up. I think because it was such a big event, he just wanted some advertisement.
Who wanted the advertisement?
Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Oh, That's the thing. He doesn't need advertising. He is the show. He is the head of the table.
When he actually shows up, the thing I have with Roman Reigns is he's no Brock Lesnar. Let's straight.
Because he beat Brock Lesnar over and over. Fingers to the sky, gentlemen. Acknowledge.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, let me cook, dude. So Brock is a draw through many facets of sports entertainment and fighting. So he could not be on a show for a couple months and then come back and still be that draw and that attraction, just like where Roman Reigns is going. But I don't think he's there yet. So he needs to be a constant, figure on Raw and SmackDown and whatever. But I think he could get there in the next year. But only if something fresh and new is given to him. I don't think the bloodline stays around after WrestleMania.
Well, that being said, will we see Brock Lesnar at
Didn't they open up the show with Brock Lesnar last year?
WrestleMania?
Didn't they put something together for him as the first match? Because I guess somebody got injured. I can't recall.
He went up against Omos, the Nigerian giant.
Yeah, so they put that. They just picked the name out of a hat for Brock, and whatever. How Brock works is you got to put something behind him for at least build up for a month. So I don't see him showing up at a WrestleMania. I don't see it happening.
All right, so a couple things I wanted to point out, John. You guys watch today's broadcast of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Did you notice any technical issues? I know this was done all the way in Australia. Did you notice technical issues? We can examine that for a second.
I didn't. Maybe I wasn't paying attention too close, but nothing too technical.
During the Judgment Day match, trying to cut away Dom, the screen went black for me for like a good 10 seconds.
So it did go black for you as well. What do you think happened?
I don't know. Maybe it could have just been a technical issue, but honestly, they were just having the guys walk around. I don't think anything serious happened during that time.
Okay. All right. So it was just a technical glitch then.
Right.
All right. Now, during the men's Elimination Chamber match, there was something said between, I believe it was Kevin Owens and Logan Paul. Sound cut out.
Yeah, I did catch that.
You think they're making dinner plans after? Go somewhere in Perth? Go hit the
they're trying to dance somewhere.
I did notice that the stadium was not filled on the not the hard cam side, but the other side, like the second level. So I don't know the attendance that was actually it. It looked full when you look on the hard cam side, but on the other side, on the second level, it was completely empty.
That is a massive stadium. That was a huge stadium. And didn't they announce something like 52,000 in attendance?
Yeah.
But that's you could probably see it sit like 80, maybe a good 70.
Yeah, I think so. It's a rugby stadium, right?
Right.
It's an Australian rules football stadium. I don't know if you've ever seen an Australian rules football field, but there's things going on one end completely different from where the ball is.
Get it right. It's not rugby, dude.
It's Australian rules football.
I'm gonna call it rugby till I die.
Well, there was a lot of floor space in that stadium, more than their usual football stadium setup. Why do you think that is?
I think honestly, I think there's just a lot of vendors out there.
Yeah. Maybe safety.
Yeah, I was thinking easier exit.
Yeah, definitely maybe safety. So I wasn't worried about that, but I did see a lot of empty seats,
And that was during the whole show that you saw those empty seats.
Just like they pan to different cameras, and I just not the whole show. I'm not sure. Maybe they
like wide shots and stuff. I know during the Kabuki Warriors, the opener, I know there was a lot of like during those wide shots, a lot of empty spaces, empty seats, and whatnot. So
I think they showed it maybe once or twice during a few matches, but it wasn't like a consistent. Obviously, they're not gonna pan into hey, there's nobody here, but it was like a quick maybe 2 seconds. I'm like, oh well, that's something that I've observed.
Now, Carl, I know you're not so big on the graphics, but man, did you see that sunset against the Earth skyline during the Judgment Day graphics? Like that a lot.
Yeah, I also like the fireworks going off.
Yeah, pretty good pyro display this year.
Yep.
The fireworks in Australia are cool, man, and it's awesome because the open stadium you could see straight out there.
Yeah, great timing with the sunset. Good production work there. Now another, I don't know if you want to call it a glitch, but something that I found a little bit disturbing, honestly. During the men's Elimination Chamber match, did you notice how their faces were shadowed?
Yeah, I think that's just from the lighting, and the top of the elimination chamber, I think, was just, they were just
Yeah.
under those bars. I know when LA Knight and Drew McIntyre, when they faced off before they started fighting, you could tell the top, his like torso almost was shadowed. LA
Yeah.
Knight's,
I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. I don't know how it
right.
appeared in the stadium itself, but not good on TV.
Did they make the chamber taller, or was it just me? I feel like it's taller, so people could actually jump off, or the capsules that the superstars would stand in prior to getting into were shorter.
I think they did make the pods a little bit higher.
I think they. I read something where they stopped doing these elimination chamber matches because it was too dangerous on the body. That's why they have the padding on the outside. But I know that they've made a lot of edits to the chamber itself, so I think it is taller, and I think the pods are a little.
Do you like the level of the outside to the ring, that it's a flat surface instead of having a drop down?
That's what I was. It would be really. You would have to stand up pretty much because everybody else is gonna stand up as well. Just try to get a good view. But I don't know how tall the ring is, and maybe that helped.
I think
But
the height of the ring is a regulation ring, but there has been modifications. But yeah, I believe there was some modifications with the chamber itself. They did appear to have put some kind of flooring on the outside,
Yeah.
since I think they were just getting too injured falling on that the cage style flooring.
I like the spot when Bobby Lashley speared Logan Paul through that's a standard spot they usually do. Somebody gets speared through the pod, or whatever. I always liked that spot too.
Yeah, Bobby
he put
Lashley do it.
he put Kevin Owens through another pod door too after that. I think and those spots, man, they look like it hurt.
Yeah, it's sketchy, right? Because you don't know about this whatever they say bulletproof plexiglass or whatever they
Yeah,
call
and
No.
it's funny about modifications. They changed the glass too to make it a little safer. It used to be because it didn't shatter; it just popped out of the frame.
Yeah,
And I thought, when Kevin Owens, when he was on the ground, you could see his head was like directly under the bottom of that glass sheet.
yeah. It looked like it was meant to break away easier. Yeah, it looks like the glass was thinner and meant to break away easier. But then they did get tangled up in that. You're right about Kevin Owens.
But did they ever have glass? No, it was always plexi, like a flexible kind of.
Yeah, it's always been a
Yeah,
Flexon. According to Michael Cole, it's what they make bulletproof vests out of. I
Michael
isn't
Cole.
that Kevlar?
don't know. I hope so. All right, guys. So I'm gonna do a little drop in here about the holy shit moment of the night, if I can say that. All right,
Yeah, good.
parental guidance podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. All right, guys. So my holy shit moment for the night was the Samoan drop on the announce table by Nia Jax onto Mommy. Looks like the table, the announce table, didn't quite break away, so Nia Jax flew off of one of the chairs to break the table.
I was thinking, man, like standing on those swivel chairs, you're destined to fall trying to do any kind of movement. I'm surprised she didn't trip, slip or something.
But
She
the
landed
way
that.
Rhea Ripley's back, uh, the impact against one of those TV monitors on the announce.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was not very good positioning.
No, I felt like she should have cleared that off after she took off the logo from the table. And when I saw that she got slammed right on top of it, I just felt like I stepped on a Lego. That feeling. Like I felt so
Right.
bad for.
Yeah, that was a rough moment. So, what would you say was your holy shit moment?
It's got to be the Swanton by Tiffany. That was pretty cool. That was.
Yeah, good one for sure.
If I had to put a take on it, the holy shit moment for me would probably be the ending to the men's Elimination Chamber match.
Drew.
When Logan Paul came and punched Randy, and then Drew pins him right after he gets RKO'd.
Oh,
Yeah.
the AJ Styles spot too, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Okay, so where does this lead us between LA Knight and AJ Styles?
That's you, John. That's your boy.
Yeah, that's my
Hell
boy
yeah.
right there. And I really want to snap into a Slim Jim with him, if you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, I see a really good feud coming. I don't know if I see a match at WrestleMania since that's the next PLE, but you know, I think I like it a lot. It started from when he came back. Wow, AJ Styles. and it's still going now. And honestly, I think screwing him over like that is gonna set a fire in LA Knight. He's gonna come back and lay the smackdown, and that's a fact of life. It's a fact of life right there.
It's a rock, right?
So for this WrestleMania, we're gonna have 2 days, obviously, right? That's what we're looking at. 2 days. What do you think they're gonna drag it out for? How many hours per day?
It's got to be at least 7 hours. I mean,
Well, they talked about a new start time. It's gonna be a prime time start time, so it may go pretty late on the East Coast.
But then you still got the kickoff show, right, or whatever.
There's a lot of fanfare.
Yeah. In Philly, huh?
Yep.
City of
The
There we
link.
go. Playing the football stadium, the Eagles playing?
I think it is the yeah.
Yeah, so Lincoln Financial.
There's some rowdy fans in Philly. It's been documented. ECW.
We got any superstars from Philadelphia or from that state in general?
I think Rocky Balboa might.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anybody from Philly.
Yeah, I can't either. I don't know who's
Rocky Balboa has had more belts than Cody, and he's a fictional character. Bam Margera.
You don't remember Bam Margera? That's the only guy that comes to mind. Skateboarding guy.
Yeah, he's a Pennsylvania guy.
Kurt Angle's a Pennsylvania guy.
You're right. That is correct.
So is Adam Cole, but I don't see him coming back. How about
A giant Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, right. What's that place called?
I just
The
want to see
famous place.
Schnitzky come
Yeah.
back. He's a Philly guy.
Ski?
Yep.
He been all these years.
Eating Philly cheesesteaks.
All right, guys. Do you have any other takes on the current situation, the current state of the form of entertainment we love the best? That'd be professional wrestling.
So when you say takes, so just in general, what's going on in WWE?
And every other promotion you watch. What do you think?
Wait, let's give it to John, the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And this isn't purely in ring worker, or this is just, is it your favorite, Joe, or are we talking about favorites, or like?
Okay, well, last time I never really finished my Mount Rushmore, so yeah, let me recap my Mount Rushmore. I had some time to think about it. I'm going Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Flair, and Hogan.
Oh my God, you left out the biggest draw of all time.
Well, I'm going to put Roman Reigns on the top because Bloodline, fingers in the air.
You missed Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest draw, the biggest era.
He's not on my Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry. That's
right.
my.
What about you, Carl? What's your Mount Rushmore?
Well, we got Shawn, we got Austin, Hogan, and Flair.
God, yeah, I think this is starting to be a generational thing. Honestly,
You put Stone Cold ahead of the Undertaker. All right. Anyway,
wow.
John, what do you think?
Oh, for me, I gotta put John Cena up there. I grew up watching that guy. Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker for sure. Top 4, top 5.
That's 4.
There's 4.
Those
How
are
many
my top
presidents
guys.
are Mount Rushmore?
There's 4.
17.
All right, perhaps it's a generational thing. I mean, I started watching when I was in 5th grade. Hulk Hogan was the man back.
Yeah, Hulk was a huge draw. He still was, with The Rock, WrestleMania, even in the later years. You gotta put Hulk up there.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Cena guy. I really loved his work though. But the guy that took me the most, I would say during that time, was Triple H, especially with him and Shawn doing DX. I love watching it around mid 2000s.
You know who had a hot take on Triple H was Eric Bischoff. If you go back to a podcast he did recently, it wasn't a podcast, it was like an interview. I forget where it was. But he said he was never a top guy. He said he was a student of the game, but was never a top guy.
Who wasn't?
Triple H.
Okay. Oh, by the way, it's now Paul Triple H Levesque.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, how was he? I don't understand how he wasn't a top guy. He was world heavyweight champion numerous times.
But I think he's thinking about like a superstar. You like your Mount Rushmore, right?
Okay.
But Eric Bischoff, he has the generations of wrestling knowledge, so maybe he knows more than us. But
I don't agree. I mean, Paul Triple H Levesque is CEO of WWE right now. He's there for a reason.
Because he married the boss's daughter.
The owner's daughter.
We are letting this guy cook, right? I feel like WWE has been the best it's ever been.
It is pretty good at the moment, but I don't understand the name change. Paul, Hunter, Hurst, Helmsley, Levesque. I don't know.
What do you mean? That's his wrestling name, Triple H, right? Paul Levesque is his real name.
Correct.
Corporate now.
Yeah, he's corporate now. Got to use his.
He's got to sign the checks, right?
What is this conglomeration with WWE and UFC and all this?
Vince sold stocks, right?
Majority, right?
Yeah.
And now is like a primary shareholder or a board member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got two reasons. All right, money and entertainment, or I could say money and money.
yeah. Vince
Abs-
cash out, bro. That's all it was. He's
Yep.
like, dude, I got all this legal troubles with all these court cases going on. I'm 70 something years old. Let me cash out. So
All
Needs to
right. Well,
fix his mustache with that money.
in a couple of years, we're only going to be able to watch WWE on Netflix.
Yeah, I thought that was just Raw though.
Say again, John Boy.
I thought that was just on. I thought that was just for Raw.
I think it's the entire thing. I don't know.
Well,
It remains to be seen. It's in the works.
in the works. Well,
right there when they had WWE a network app, that was cool. That was fine.
Yeah, the network was good. I like Peacock as well, but I don't know about renewing my Netflix subscription because money's funny.
yeah, you're ready to pay $50 a month.
Yeah, and they got stricter rules now. You can't really share your password anymore because of the
Yeah, confirming your
screen-
address and whatnot.
these screens or whatever.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic in itself.
You can't get your login from cousin Jay anymore or whatever.
Damn, I just talked to cousin Jay too.
Call him back, brother.
Exactly. Like, thanks for that subscription, but it's not working anymore.
All right, guys. So let's speculate. Well, any recent speculation on anything?
Cody finishes the story and
Yeah,
ends
I get that.
Roman Reigns.
Oof.
The
Okay.
biggest question I got with that is that match going to be just for the title? Because he's still going to have his tribal chief status, right?
If he loses the title, absolutely not.
Yeah, you can't be
thought-
tribal chief if you're not the champion anymore.
Oh.
Man.
Well, I thought that was two different things.
Who you residing over, bro?
'Cause he got appointed that. He had his own little ceremony, whatever. He got his tribal chief status, but I thought that was two different things. He'll lose the title to Cody. Guess what? At Backlash, what? The Rock takes his status, or Solo takes his status at Backlash.
Or it just dies.
See, there's a lot of speculation with Solo as well. Do you think he's like that dark shadowy figure who'll make an appearance out of nowhere and become tribal chief? I don't.
Solo's not a top guy. That's never gonna happen, right?
I think they need to have him speak more.
Yeah, but does he have that skill though? You know,
Yeah.
it has to come naturally, man. Unless you have Vince writing your promos for you, and you're gonna use suffering succotash inside of it.
Austin Theory. Look where he ended up, though.
Yeah.
He's got pushed to the bottom. The card got
He
beat
had
up.
his own show too, Austin Theory Live. I haven't done that.
I really think Damian Priest needs to cash in that senior Money in the Bank briefcase. He's got to
Yeah.
do it. Will he do it at WrestleMania? I can see that happening. You say Cody Rhodes beat Roman, I think in comes senior Money in the Bank and takes it away from Cody or whoever else wins it.
Yeah,
In the Bank angle's kind of getting stale. And we
yeah.
shake up this title picture.
He's got history with both McIntyre, and I think they've done so much with this. I think I think he should have cashed it in a lot sooner.
Yeah, there were really good opportunities. Perhaps I don't know if Roman Reigns retains. Perhaps a Judgment Day bloodline.
I'm not feeling it.
You really don't see Cody finishing his story at WrestleMania, Joe?
Yeah, are you like?
I don't see a story at all anymore.
So if Vince was there, I would say 100% I agree that he won't finish because for some reason Vince had it out for Dusty and the whole beef with them back in the day, and he's a grudge guy, right? Vince is a grudge guy. But Paul Levesque, he wants what the fans want. That's why we have
Right.
this shift from Roman to The Rock.
He's the real people's champion.
Yeah, so
Oh, by the way, I
Finish.
love the '90s Bulls reference that The Rock made in Salt Lake City.
oh yeah.
You know, us being Chicago guys and those 90s Bulls championships, the Utah Jazz cry about losing. Took their losses like men and moved on. Cody, he's got to go. Oh, again, never rode the hype train. Cody no belts, Stardust, whatever you want to call him. He's never liked them.
So where do you guys rank this pay-per-view or premium live event? Where do you rank this premium live event from all the years live events that we saw this year?
You know, if it wasn't for the crowd, I would rate this a little lower. But honestly, that crowd in Australia, especially for its homegrown superstars, it was amazing. You know, I feel like they really made the show a lot better. Every move, every simple move, like Indy Hartwell or Rhea Ripley made, or even when Grayson Waller just spoke, I mean, they were going hype, you know.
Yep.
And I feel like it was a pretty good PLE, and I would put this pretty high up in the list that I have.
Better than the Royal Rumble?
Honestly, I think it was better than Royal Rumble. I think the Royal Rumble could have been a lot better.
I love the Royal Rumble, but yes, I agree with you 100%. This Royal Rumble was lackluster,
Yeah,
mediocre at best. There was
right.
not as much surprises, and you need that hype.
I think
You see
Jade
that
Cargo stole the show. Yeah. What about you, Joe? What do you think?
the action in this show was top notch. It was excellent performance by all the superstars. However, what got me is technically, I can't get over it. You for those who actually stayed up overnight to watch it, and, who watched it during the day. I think they needed to clean that up a little. But the action was
All right, which one of us actually stayed up?
Me.
Ah, boy, got it. Everybody.
Woo! Round
Yeah.
of applause.
correct.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I had one
It's
eye open. Had
we're,
one eye
we're gonna
open for the first 2 hours.
Yeah, I think I need to catch up on those the pre-show matches. But we're gonna let John Boy sleep, I guess. 'Cause we got to both work tomorrow. Follow, like, subscribe to Smarkin' Around. You got me, Joe.
And the original Smart, Carl.
And the rookie Johnny Boy.
We'll see you on the next podcast where we will be talking about everything that has to do with wrestling, I guess.
There you go.